This is a very advanced lesson, and some of you that are watching this lesson aren't going to be able to do all the footwork patterns that I'm going to go through here. But again, my job is to show you examples of what's possible, because if you don't see these things, you're just going to assume that there's only one way to do it. And I want to show you different ways to handle more difficult balls. So what we're going to talk about is what I call the outside hop footwork pattern, which you're going to use primarily on the forehand side. You can also use it on the backhand side, but we're also going to go through the back to front. And you're going to use these footwork patterns when you're deep in the corner. So if you're deep in the corner over here, you're going to have to use it at different times, if you can. If you can't, then again, we're going to talk about solutions for that as well. If you get pressed back into a corner, it would be great for you to know what to do with your feet. Now, the problem that I've seen over the years is that when I watch pro tennis, I see the pros doing it. And then when I watch rec players or juniors, I don't see them doing it as naturally. So there's a gap. The coaches aren't showing you what's possible. And again, many of you, maybe you're physically not capable of doing these things, but I'd love to get to a point where we could show players exactly what the pros are doing and modify it to your body and to your ability level. And so, as we've talked about before, if you start further back, you're going to deal with less balls pushing you back. So that's a benefit right off the bat. You're going to be able to move over to a deep ball and not be as stressed out. Whereas if you're standing on the baseline, you've got to move back and cover a lot more ground, and you're going to be more off balance. So in studying the pro game over the years, I noticed players like Gustavo Kuerten, who won the French Open. He was awesome at using this outside hop. James Blake, massive forehand. He used to use the outside hop. Well, what is it? Well, essentially what's going to happen is you're going to get over to the ball, and when you go to hit it, you're just going to lift off that outside leg a little bit, okay? If you can't jump very high, that's fine. And you really just want to kick this leg up, okay? And again, this is a very advanced concept. If you have been following any of my other lessons, you know that I prefer for you to either hit an open stance or for you to step in most of the time, even on wider balls. But when the ball comes up high, you have to go up to the level of the ball and jump a little bit. Same thing holds true on the backhand side. When you move over on the wide ball here, if it's up high, you're going to have to jump and lift this leg. Again, some of you who try this, it's going to be very awkward. So if it is and you're struggling with it, you can just table it. You don't have to learn this, okay? I'm just showing some of you out there who want to explore and who want to try it. So the first thing is we want to go through the shadow strokes or the shadow footwork with these. So on the forehand side, again, you can practice starting up a little bit if you want to get the hang of it. You're going to move back and you're going to load off this outside leg, load up off this outside leg, and then rotate your body like that. Okay, I'll do it again. I'll do it in faster time. So you can make it really simple. You can go 50% speed, and you can come out here and just do a little hop like this. That's all you have to do, just to get the hang of loading that outside leg. You can do the same thing on the backhand side. Just a little jump. So if we were to modify it, that's what you would do. Instead of coming over and jumping really high in the air and kicking that leg up, you would just get out there and just lift the leg a little bit. It's very similar to the open stance, except now the ball is higher and you have to lift up. One-handed backhand, same thing. You come out in a little hop off the outside leg. So, one more thing that I want to mention on the backhand side, the back to front. If that feels awkward, as the ball gets higher, you're going to practice loading the outside leg. When you get off the ground, you're going to land on the front foot, okay? Now again, I know we're going over a lot of concepts here, but the key is to focus on getting on the outside leg and trying to get off the ground a little bit on those high balls. Now I'm going to hit some balls using those footwork patterns that we've been talking about, the outside hop on both sides and the back to front on the backhand. Forehand first, here we go. I get on that outside leg, I push off of it, and I just let the inside leg lift off the ground. Let's go again. So this takes dynamic balance, this takes strength, this takes coordination. But if you practice it enough, you'll start to get the hang of it. Now, if you have a hard time with that, then you're going to have to move over. You're going to have to try to get over and get back even further and hit on your front foot. Okay, that's the only way around it. But I prefer you to get on the outside leg and see if you can push off a little bit. Now let's look at the backhand side. So I'm just jumping a little bit off the ground. I'm modifying it. I'm not doing it excessively. I'm just jumping and landing on the outside leg. Very well. I say it's simple. I know it's hard for some of you, but you can see that all I'm doing is loading the outside leg and hopping a little bit. And you can practice that on the one-handed backhand as well. It's not the ideal position that I want you in. The ideal position for me is for you to get back, get on your front foot. That's my first choice for you. But you can't always do that. And if I can advance you over time where you can practice this, then it's going to improve your game. Just remember too that if you stand further back, you're not going to be in this position as much. Now I want to go through the back to front. Okay, this is one that you actually could use more than the outside hop on the backhand. You're just going to have to play around with it. So the ball's going to come high again. And I'm going to load off of the outside leg and land on the front leg. So if I come back, I load this leg, I land on the front leg. I'll do it again, this time with one hand. You'll see the pros doing this. It's very elegant. It's very attractive to watch. There's a lot of rhythm behind it. And the way that you're going to get this is if you shadow stroke a lot first, and then if you can set up a ball machine or have a hitting partner feed you these balls so you can practice it. And you can just keep studying this lesson and practice it over time. So now we're going to rally a little bit. I'm going to talk you through this. Ball comes in the middle of the court. If the ball comes low, I'm probably going to step in or hit with an open stance. The ball comes high and deep to the corner. That's when I can use the outside hop or the back to front. All right, so we're going to rally down the middle. And then when the ball comes high to a corner, I'm going to make the adjustment. So I'm on my front foot. And then that one I had to lift up. It wasn't that wide, but so that ball flew on me, but you can see I went off my outside leg there. Front foot. Here's the outside leg. That's your Gustavo Kuerten pattern. Now I hit a big ball because I can get on my front foot there. Outside hop. Outside hop. Front foot now. Oh, that was a tough one. Couldn't get there. Outside hop. Now I'll show you a back to front next time. Here we go. Back to front. Now I'm up. Front foot. So you can actually use the back to front and the outside hop. If you hit it aggressively, you can move forward on the next shot and step in. So, to review, when you get pulled wide and you're dealing with a deep ball, you're going to have to get off the ground. You can't stay low. And that's when you can use the outside hop on the forehand, the outside hop on the backhand, and the back to front. And this is only when you're stressed out. This is not ideal. You want to practice stepping in as much as you can.